Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Coach David here. So if you've ever wondered, what is self-confidence really? If you've wondered, how does that person look so confident when they're interacting with people? But not only that, like how does that person maintain confidence up against all odds? Well, that's what today's topic is all about. It's a topic I've been obsessed with since I was a teenager, starting with, hey, how do I get that kind of confidence and attention that these certain people get, right? Growing up being shy, introverted, sensitive, creative type, right? Liking to learn a lot of things, a lot of different interests. And it's been a decades-long journey for me, not only to learn how to develop that social confidence, which I've helped a lot of people with over the last decade plus, but also that true, genuine, deep inner confidence that would go beyond that social confidence against all odds, like certain entrepreneurs appear to have. And I'm going to cover two types of main confidence, and then I'm going to add a third on from that second type, which I believe is that genuine self-confidence, which I've discovered and am in practice of in the past year. It's a really fascinating thing. And of course, confidence is highly revered in our society. And I'm sure you're here because you want more of it. And so if you don't know me, my name's David Hamilton. I've been a coach to professionals, entrepreneurs, creative types, high achievers, people that want more out of life. And a lot of people are introverted and shy that come to me, maybe even struggle with social anxiety, but I've also expanded out of that to help them get more out of life, to have more success, to really win at work, in social situations, having better networks of people, also in love and just in life in general. And so that's what kind of gives me a little bit of experience, right? Not only in my own life, but helping others with this over the past decade. And we're going to talk about all these definitions and also some things you can do to tune in and develop more of that deep, genuine self-confidence for you in your life. So let's dive in. So what is confidence and or self-confidence really? I'm going to break it down into two types. One, confidence in general, which is more of an appearance, more that somebody can project confidence into situations. Now, that doesn't mean that they are deeply, genuinely self-confident underneath, which I'm going to talk about. But in our society, you can get very far by appearing confident, but actually hide insecurities and things like this. And I'm not saying that there's a perfect self-confident person that has no insecurities. I'm not talking about that. I'll get to this when I talk about that genuine self-confidence. But what I am saying is that there are clear cases where people, celebrities especially, it's really easy to see, appear confident on stage, and then you hear about their life behind the scenes is just falling apart. Justin Bieber comes to mind as somebody like that, right? Who had that, and then everything was falling apart. Now, actually, he did it quite publicly, but, a lot of those early Justin Bieber, if you ever saw early videos, he's like out there, being a kid, and he's really awesome at what he does. I'm not like I'm a huge Justin Bieber fan, but it's pretty incredible that a kid could like have that kind of charisma and presence, right? Only to find out he's unhappy, unfulfilled, and not really as confident as we would think. He's a human being, right? And then you could have somebody who doesn't have all the flash and pizzazz and seems so confident on stage, that could actually be genuinely, deeply self-confident and really sort of not care what others think, which kind of letting the cat out of the bag a little bit. But my definition will go deeper than that. So, I've helped people to, at first when they come to me, especially with social confidence, there can be sometimes, not always, a bit of a fake it till you make it. It's really a create it till you make it type of dynamic, which means, you have a self-image of yourself and you want to interact with people and you don't see yourself as confident, but by doing the actions of pushing your limits, starting conversations, being a bit more bold, you start to see, and your brain starts to see, and your nervous system starts to see, hey, wait a second, that thing went better than I thought, and you gain a bit of confidence, and now that kind of loops back in, right? That's kind of behavioral. It's known as exposure in therapy. That can work. It's a part of it, right? It's a part of it. Another way is to sort of start to alter your self-image, to start to tell yourself a story and a narrative and visualize that you are more confident along with doing that work. And that's great. Now, sort of the thing that's a little bit of an issue here is that it is dependent on getting good external feedback from others. And it does work, right? And that's a lot how social confidence works, because if somebody goes into a social situation, really doesn't care what other people think, and they interact with people in a way that they don't kind of go with the flow, they're going to be awkward. Maybe they are not socially anxious or shy, but they are awkward with people, and people are kind of like, they're not really vibing with that person, right? And that's that more projected type of confidence. That could happen in public speaking, obviously performing on stage like celebrities or actors on camera, right? Actors can appear really confident on camera, and then you see them in an interview after, and they're incredibly shy. Prince, or the artist formerly known as Prince or whatever, he's passed away now, is an amazing performer, just dynamic, explosive with energy. But if you saw him in interviews, he was very, very low key. He didn't have that kind of confident projection, right? There are many examples that we could name of that kind of confidence. And so now I want to get into what's a more kind of depth-oriented, deeper type of self-confidence. And so now talking about this more genuine inner self-confidence. Generally, one definition that's quite workable is that we feel comfortable with ourselves. We're relaxed in ourselves and our abilities. And no matter where we're at, if we're really good at something or not as good at something, we're okay with where we're at. We sort of accept ourselves, our vulnerabilities, our insecurities, and we're even okay to admit them, right? That's a really nice working definition. Now, here's an interesting thing. The root of the word confidence, word nerd alert, I love the roots of words, and because words are so powerful, it means to trust in Latin, confidere, to trust. Now, outwardly, that means that we create trust in people, right? But inwardly, it means to trust ourselves. And this is where I'm taking it a step further. So having an innate self-trust that we know that we can figure it out, that we're going to be okay, that we can trust our thought process, and even more importantly, our intuition in order to navigate our way through life, through situations, etc. And so I want to share my story that being in business for the last decade plus, right, what I've learned about this type of genuine self-confidence is it's all about self-trust and intuition. And it's taken me until the last year to get to this place through a mentor who showed me, who was younger than me, about how important it is as an entrepreneur or business owner to have self-trust. Now, of course, this is for all human beings, not just entrepreneurs, but if you're in the game of entrepreneurship, business ownership, it is truly a taxing journey that is different than having a career. I'm not saying we don't run up against things in career. I certainly did as an IT professional, but there was a lot more structure. There was a lot more predictability, certainty day to day. And I guess that gets less and less so sort of as time moves on with how companies operate, as I observe, though it's been quite a while since I worked for anybody else other than working for myself. And here's what I've noticed in the last year of really being dead serious on a daily practice of practicing self-trust and intuition, and making some slip-ups that set me back in some things, caused some mental anguish, caused some financial anguish by not applying what I'm teaching you here because I got into scarcity mode, or I got into, I need to get there faster than I'm going right now, or what my path is, if that makes sense, regarding to my business. So that daily practice that I have of checking in with myself, going inward, we can use things like, and this is part of how you can do this, develop that deeper, genuine confidence by developing more self-trust and intuition, is looking for the answers within, tuning in. Look, there's so much great information out there. You're watching a video that's giving you great information. There's books, there's AI generating all kinds of stuff. Who knows what's coming down the pipe? But there's a limit to the information that's useful to help us move forward in life, to help us succeed, to help us be more fulfilled, right? To help us get what we want out of life. And so this is why I cannot stress enough, having that alone quiet time. It could be walking in nature, certainly, like I said, meditation, going within, contemplation, journaling. All these things will help you develop more self-inquiry, which leads to self-trust, and developing your intuition. Especially if you've got all this stuff and you don't know what to do, then you've got to take time away to quiet your mind, quiet your nervous system, quiet your brain, and let it do the work for you to bring you the next answer that you need, the next stepping stone that you need in life. Whether you're looking to make a career change, whether you're looking to start a business, whether you're dating somebody and like, is this person the right thing for me? Whether you're looking to, like a lot of people have come to me, going on a journey of breaking out of your shell, becoming more confident around people, more confident at work. all these types of things, right? And as a recovering ruminator myself, right? Rumination meaning to overthink things. I've got a big analytical brain. I worked in IT. I grew up with a father who was science heavy. I actually have a molecular biology degree of all things, though I do nothing with it. And it's well evolved multiple times since I was in college. But what I do know is that that brain has had enough practice, and it's a great secondary tool. But having that deep sense of gut intuition is one of the best things you can cultivate. Yes, to quickly take in information and data and things, but just take it in and let your mind sort it. And the only way you do that is by cultivating a calmness of your brain, nervous system, mind. I kind of squishing these things all together. Talk a lot about this with clients, because when we do that, we naturally are more relaxed. We're naturally more aware and present. And life is not only a lot easier, but solutions to problems come much, much faster. This is actually well documented, but with so many distractions and so many things going on in social media, it's so easy to get in that brain buzzy mode that we lose that connection to ourselves, that deep inner self-confidence, which is innate and there for everybody, right? Because notice, all I'm doing is telling you to go back within with some very basic things. Now, not easier said than done if you don't create a daily practice of it and really stick to it. And all kinds of things can happen in life. And the real challenge is when something bad happens, some big event happens, right? I was in 2 car accidents in the last year, major car accidents, both cars, total losses. Never been in major car accidents in my life until my mid-40s, 2 in a year. What's up with that? I'm a little bit spiritual now, so I have explanations for it, but that's a topic for another time. So whatever the case may be, I encourage you to really work to generate that genuine self-confidence, okay? And by the way, if this is something that you feel you could use some help with, that you want to accelerate this path in work, life, love, etc., whatever life area of life is important to you, somebody who wants more out of life, that professional, that entrepreneur, that high achiever, creative, introvert, all the types of people I've helped, then you can apply for coaching below. There's a link below. And I've also got some cool resources to help you out in the meantime as well. Always encourage you to sign up. I've got tons of videos on this channel to help you as well. Also would love to hear from you in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, share it to somebody if you found this useful. Maybe somebody else could use it. And of course, liking, only if you like it, will help send it out to people in the algorithm so they can get help like this. Hopefully it's helped you. And until next video, I'm complete. See ya.